I'm gonna be real. I've sat here for like maybe 10 minutes trying to think about what I'm gonna talk about because, you know, it's kind of like what was a problem for me in my last like streak of videos was I had no idea what to talk about. And there was a couple times where I like scripted out something and tried to go off that, but it seemed really robotic to me. I think if I'm going to go forward, the best way for me to like actually like structure out my videos and actually get some material to talk about is reading and actually retaining the information I read, because it's huge. There's a lot of stuff I'm getting from books and insights that come after the books, and even books aside, even just throughout my day I have thoughts that it that are pretty profound. I, something I could talk about, but I guess I haven't made a way to encapsulate it yet. And right off the bat, I kind of stuttered back there because I was thinking, journaling is probably the best way to go about this. The thing about journaling for me is it's like homework. It feels like homework. My brain perceives it as homework because, I'm sitting down and writing in a notebook. And the only other time I've really done that was in school. And, I did well in school, but just the way I went about going about work or completing homework and completing tasks and thing like that, it's like just getting through it and just trying to memorize. And that's not really what journaling is. It's really like opening your mind and really just letting thoughts flow. And I feel like through past experiences of, you know, past experiences with notebooks, it's just my mind just goes so constrictive and I just have trouble flowing. And the best way to get through that is just by doing it. But there's ways to make just doing it better. And I think the best way to do it is getting yourself out of survival mode. Because for me, especially, I had knee injuries because I'm not even gonna lie, I'm pretty unathletic, pretty uncoordinated. I've been a mouth breather like my entire life, and I feel like it's just made me so sluggish and not zoned in, not like, upright posture, like fucking ready for shit to happen. It's just kind of like, you feel, and it's been like that for a long time. And yeah, I injured both my knees. Like my kneecaps literally came off my fucking leg, or like to the side of my leg. And obviously, I'm a fucking idiot, and I'm not gonna do any of these stretches and really try and correct it because what's the worst that could happen? All I want to do was like smoke weed and shit and chill. Like no one wants to be stretching. even even now I've been so avid about stretching, but it's still kind of like it feels good. It really does feel good. Okay, I don't want to get off on a tangent, but from my two injuries, it made my posture and just the way my body moves and functions just subpar. Like I am operating at such a lower level than I guess someone who hasn't had any injuries, and even if they have like bad posture and have like a little bit of rolled shoulders, fucking forward head and mouth breathing, poor tongue posture, etc., etc., it's probably never going to be to the degree which I was unfortunate to have. But I was thinking about this earlier. It's unfortunate and it's fortunate because I get to like build off of it. Like, my transformation so far has been pretty crazy, pretty cool. Not like super crazy, but it's definitely, if I were to pull up a picture of what like my worst was like after the knee injuries and I started just fucking around, not caring, and then I just really fell into it. Compared to right now, it's a stark difference, and it's man. If I'm not gonna be like editing these first initial videos, I gotta really be on top of my shit. And if I fumble over my words or fumble over my thoughts, I need to be able to just keep on moving, because um okay, what was I initially going into? So my posture, oh yeah, survival mode. So I'm in a state of shallow breathing, and you know my nerve endings are fucking being pinched. I'm in this like hunched over, like ready, not like a not like a actual like focused alertness, like a survival, like you if if you know. I don't really want to get into it, but from that state, I I had a hard time like really expressing my inner self and my energy, because when the body's in that state, it doesn't it doesn't want to be growing or being creative, or expressing yourself or having deep feelings such as love or connection or bonding. And it just wants to focus on surviving, like getting through the threat, because I'm constantly telling myself or telling my body that like I'm breathing fucking fast and shallow, and it's like it's always on high alert. And it it's given me the worst sleep ever. That's the biggest one for me. Like having just low sleep is having bad sleep already. Like people know what it's like. You know what it's like to have bad sleep, and on top of being in the survival state, it's the fucking worst ever. Indigestion. Sorry. So yeah, meditation and stretching. You know, meditation to re-regulate my brain, and you know, observe my thoughts and not really be, you know, really mixed up in it. And stretch to obviously get out of that survival state, and among a lot of other benefits. And with meditation, there's a lot of other benefits too. But in my case of wanting to express myself and, you know, fucking start leveling up, start growing, like focusing on growing, that is what I'm using meditation and stretching for. So maybe right now journaling won't be the easiest. That doesn't mean I should just completely like not do it, but it's not gonna be as optimal as it would be if I was completely in a calmer state of mood, state of mind, state of body. All right. By the way, this is a really good book. I got it in my meditation retreat, and just like journaling, fucking the only times I really read books was in school, so I also have a terrible relationship with books. But every time I pick it up, I always it's speaking directly to me. It's like it's speaking to me. Like whatever like sort of issues I'm having, it kind of like sums it up. Intuitive awareness. I wish I could, like, off the top of my head give you a really good rundown of what it's like, but fuck, like I said, I can't. I mean, I can retain shit. I'm not gonna limit myself by my words, but I have a difficult time retaining stuff because it's like, uh, I'm still messed up, man, and it's part of the process. It's part of the grind. It's part of the evolution. I shouldn't, like, beat on myself being at a state that isn't, like, my fanatical sort of thought of myself. What am I doing? All right, I'm gonna stop before I start. Or, I'm gonna stop before I stop. I'm gonna stop before I start sounding stupid. Peace out.